Hello. So, we have week 5 of the RDL. And we are against the owner of the league, or against Cannor. Go check out Cannor. He's been a real G throughout the time in the UBL and, posting the RDL. Despite things being changed a lot and, obviously the DLC moves not working out in the end, we still ran with it, and, I think that's, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I respect him for sticking through the decision. So, you see the team on screen. Well, you can see some of it, because for some reason, Pokemon Draft League doesn't have, basically anything released after the DLC for images. So, well, you can see most of their stuff. You can see Dom Gala, you can see Cortana, Pelipper, Slowbro Gala, Heracross, Luxray, Dunsparce, Guzzlord, G-Max, Rillaboom. Again, they don't have anything released after DLC. Well, after, in the DLCs, so G-Max Rillaboom was DLC. This is Urshifu's Single Strike, so a Dark one. Lander Incarnate, Thunderous Fairy, and Alolan Vulpix to round out the team. So, the team's got a slow mode and it's got a fast mode, but it doesn't have a Trick Room setter. But it does have Tailwind Kartana, I believe. Tailwind Kartana. Because I believe we're allowing it. The other thing to note is, again, because of the bans on Tapus and Ultra Beast maxing, that means Guzzlord isn't nearly as scary, neither is Kartana. However, they have Lando of their own, and Thunderous. The other thing is, because we're playing with Elite DLC moves, I believe this is Grassy Glide Kartana, which is terrifying. Alongside Rillaboom, that can G-Max, and also Grassy Glide. They've got two of the best grass types to own VGC 2021. And this Kartana can Grassy Glide, but it just can't max, which I don't know which is better, to be honest. I think it makes Kartana, obviously Kartana is better on its own. But it does mean that, just double glides coming from two very powerful Pokemon is very scary. And they've got double weather, though no real support from it for what I see, other than, spamming Thunders with, Thundurus. So, the real threats, I've kind of focused on, the top Mons as the main threats, basically all the tier 1s and the G-Max. As they're kind of the things I'm worried about. That and, Pelipper. So, the Urshifu, the Rillaboom, the Lando, the Thundurus, the Kartana, the Dom, and the Pelipper. Those are kind of the ones I'm focusing on. Do I expect all 6 to come? Probably not. I can see one being swapped out. There's something like Luxray to slow down physical offense. Or just be, an electric type, but I doubt that, because I feel like if you just wanted an electric type, you bring Thunderous. I could see Slowbro coming. There's a lot that could come here. I think there's some Pokemon I'm not expecting, like Guzzlord, Dunsparce, Heracross, I doubt. So, I don't know. But the main thing I kind of noticed was a lot of their big Mons. Well, there's 3 big main physical offense Mons, and that is Dom, Kartana, and Rillaboom. There's also Urshifu, but we'll get to that in a sec. But those 3 are all Fire Weak. So we're doing something very weird. We are going Weakness Policy Incineroar. So we're still keeping Fake Out on it, because Fake Out Pressure is still nice, even if I don't want to max it. But then we got Flare Blitz, Darkest Lariat, and Close Combat. The defensive EVs are pretty specific. Let's just jump into the combo right now. We're Weakness Policying with Drakloak. The immediate thought, it wasn't even to go Insane, the immediate thought is both Landorus and Thunderous Varian have 101 speed. So Drakloak is 1 point faster. So we can go Drakloak, Surf our Insane, and then we have a Weakness Policy max Insane to kind of sweep the game with. That is the plan. So the instant itself, it takes a max of 7% while maxed from Surf. So the defensive calcs are to make sure it lives, I believe, a -1... Is it -1? I think it's a -1 superpower from Animate Scarf Dom. It also can instead live a G-Max Rillaboom Max Quake from Animate Max Attack. That is unfortunately AV and not Life Orb, but both of those are around 92%, which means it can take this. It can take the Surf from the Drakloak, and then live an extra hit like the Rillaboom hit or the Dom hit, and then just nuke something back. So the thing is, as well, like because like the coverages are what we need. We want a Flare Blitz Lariat because like that hits so much of their team. Because well, like, so dies to Flare Blitz, super dies to Flare Blitz. This dies to Lariat. This dies to Flare Blitz. This dies to anything, honestly. This dies to anything, honestly. But it like, this dies to Flare Blitz. This dies to something else. But like, these will probably die to Flare Blitz just because they're so frail and high Vulpix. But the extra coverage is fighting because it means we can hit Urshifu, we can hit the Guzzlord and the Dunsparce. And it just like. Yeah, so mainly the Urshifu. I was trying to make sure. I believe the attack investment. Well, one it's for making sure they +2 Lariat KOs Pelipper, but I don't think I even considered Max Darkness. So, but I believe the main one was actually to make sure I could Max Knuckle an Urshifu, and it would one-shot a offensive Urshifu, so like 4 HP 4 defense. So. That was the goal there. Flare Blitz does a little bit. Well, Max Flare does more, I believe. But if I can KO with Max Knuckle, get that attack raise, it means just more power. So, and it can also buff up partners. So that's the idea with the Incineroar. I don't think. Okay, let's just go to Drakloak. Drakloaky. I don't think when I drafted Drakloak, this was never my intention with Drakloak to go with Weakness Policy and Incineroar, but it's what we're doing. So, yeah. So we've got Surf, Will-O-Wisp, Ally Switch, Helping Hand. It's pure support. Because it doesn't get Dragon Darts, it doesn't really get a physical move it wants to use. So, like, I was tempted by, like, U-Turn, but that was about it. Like, everything else, I was like, I'm just gonna make sure that it can just stay in, get off the hit that it needs to, aka the Surf, break any stashes on their end, and go from there. So, yeah. We've got Will-O-Wisp, because they've got a good amount of physical attackers. Burning things like Dom will be huge. Ally Switch to make sure that Instinct is a little bit safer, and Helping Hand just in case I want to make sure something bops even harder. Drakloak is mainly paired with Incineroar here. If Drakloak comes, it's paired with Incin. And yeah, I've kind of talked. This is kind of the combo. Like, they don't have a great answer to fire types other than Pelipper. And yeah, Drakloak is just gonna. It's Drakloaky's time to shine. I'm very glad I am getting to use this. In it being 1 point faster than Lando and Thunderous Farian is super nice. So, next up, Escav. Escav also kind of bops this team. There are like 2 ways, I think, total for them to use fire moves. The first one is Dump with Flare Blitz, and the other one is Slowbro Gala with Flamethrower / Fire Blast. Oh yeah, the Urshifu gets Fire Punch as well. Forgot about that one. I should probably have a quick look at that, because I did not. Fire Punch, because I believe it gets Fire Punch. 252. How much is Fire Punch doing? Ooh, do I want to up that maybe? Do I want to up that? The thing is, the offense isn't really calced for anything. Never mind, we're not doing anything. We need to max Mega Horn to take this out. With the attack we have. The calcs were for what were they for? Let's just pop over here. Yeah, so this lives a -1 Adamant Flare Blitz while maxed from Dom. So that's very nice. And then the special defense to make sure it lives a Timid Life or Max Lightning from Thunderous Fairy. I could see Thunderous Fairy being a Dynamax target this set. I think realistically, the main 2 Dynamax targets I'm expecting are Thunderous Fairy and Rilla. Those are his main 2. I can't really see a lot else trying to max here. Because Lando loses Sheer Force if it even gets it. Kartana can't max. And other than that, what? Max Heracross? Nah, I just don't see it. So, with the coverage that we have, because we're Life Orb, because the AV is elsewhere, Mega Horn Ironhead just basically meant we need a way to hit flying types. That mainly Thunderous and Pelipper. Those were the 2 we needed to hit, so I just ran Knockoff. Because it's like that or like nothing else hits both for neutral. So, and the thing is as well, Max Darkness isn't normally something I like to run, but this week Max Darkness actually may come into play. You'll see why a bit later. But yeah, other than that, offensive Escarv has been putting in so much work recently, and like this Pokemon's been impressing me so much. So I'm very glad to have Escarv. Lando, we are AV Lando. So the speed, I'm gonna get this out of the way. It outspeeds Pelipper, and initially I was like, I should make sure I outspeed Alolan Vulpix, shouldn't I? But Pelipper's the same speed, so we outspeed both of those. We actually don't have a lot of attack investment on this thing. One of my worries this week is I may not have a lot of offense, but that can be made up a little bit later. We're very bulky. I believe... So this, I believe, was actually to take 2 non-intimidated Adamant Max Attack Grassy Glides from Rilla. Where is it? Where's Lando? Lando. And it also takes a -1 Ice Skull Crash from Dom. So yeah. I am expecting Scarf because I have speed control. I don't think Band is coming. If Band comes, then fair enough, but I still have Trick Room. Trick Room is my main form of speed control. And yeah, this was the calc I was going for. So, yeah. And I couldn't get EQ to be a 2-hit KO on super bulky Slowbro. Because I needed the defense and the speed elsewhere. So we just kind of threw the rest into attack. It's still a 91% chance to 2-hit KO. And I don't expect it to be complete max defense anyway. Rock Slide 2-hit KOs the main things I want, which are Dom and Thunderous. U-turn obviously for pivoting, and Fly if we do want to max this. This is a kind of secondary max option. Like a good amount of my offense can actually max. Like Escav can max, Lando can max. Instin's kind of the main max target though. But if maxing Instinct doesn't work out, we can easily max Lando. Get speed control that way and go from there. We wanted a bulky Lando this week. Because it's really nice against a lot of their Pokemon. Oh, actually, no, it's not great against a lot of the Pokemon, I should specify. But the thing is, because Instant's not going to be there to pivot and be the Intimidate bot with Fake Out that it usually is, Lando kind of has to fill that role instead. So, that's why Lando's here. It's not here to realistically max, but it can do if it needs to. Next up, I think this is its debut, and that is Togetic. They have an Urshifu, and I needed at least to bring one fairy. So I'd rather not set up Grassy Glide for them. Sorry, Grassy Terrain for them. So I may as well just bring Togetic. I could easily lead like Lando Togetic, and be absolutely fine. Follow Me, Helping Hand, D-Gleam, Life Do. Kind of my preferred set on Togetics. Togetic is interesting because it couldn't live the bulkiest of the bulkiest things, or like well, not the bulkiest of the bulkiest things, but like the most offensive things on the planet. Because I was really trying to push Togetic as far as possible, but I think I was pushing it when I was trying to get it to live like Life Orb Max Lightnings from Thundurus. Maybe just a bit, so. But I can't remember what it lives. I know the special attack investment is to make sure it one-shots offensive Urshifu. Yeah. It lives a Life Orb Thunderbolt, so not Max Lightning, but it lives Life Orb Thunderbolt. It lives, Jolly, Dom. It couldn't get to live Adamant, it can live Jolly. If it's Adamant, we will cease. And we'll not get KO'd by Smart Strike from Kartana. So. But the thing is, the physical defense is way more nice than the special defense this week. Mainly because, like, this is going to be trying to basically just say no to Urshifu. It's one of the few things that Ensign doesn't exactly deal with on its own. So, it's also nice against Landorus as well. So, yeah, Togetic's good. I'm glad to finally get to use it. It's surprising it took me this long, but at the same time, like, I've kind of had a lot of other defensive / supportive pieces, so it's kind of been hard for me to bring it. So this team's actually not, like, so far, like, the only real massive offensive players are Escav and Incin. So we've got offensive Cress. I've been bringing Alice Witch Cress a lot, so I have decided to mix it up and go Protect for once. The defense, I'm gonna guess it was a Dom calc. I made this team like an hour ago, and I can't remember anything. Turret KO'd by Adamant Dom, Ice will Crash, cool. Ice Beam does enough damage to one-shot offensive Landos. Trick Room Protect, and Psychic for stab. Psychic over Size Shot because it's kind of more useful for a lot of things. But it also means we can pair it with maxing Escav, because obviously I've been using Crescav quite a bit, this combo. And giving max Darkness to this Cress is actually going to be quite nice. I may even slow down this Cress a bit. But at the same time, like, I don't know. There's some Pokemon, like, kind of around the speed range that aren't going to be running speed. So going min speed might hurt me a bit. Well, let's be fair, like, Heracross will be speedy. It's things like, Luxray, really. Luxray, I probably won't outspeed Vulpix if I go min speed. It's just a couple things where, like, having the speed here will be nice. Despite me running Trick Room. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, that's really about it with this team. This is a really weird team, and it was a weird matchup going into this because we both have grassy terrain. We both have grassy surge users. But a part of one of their main cores is grassy glide spam. So, like, I can't really bring Bulu, to try and it can be a check, but it's not going to do a lot back. Is the issue. And especially because Kartana is, you know, going to be able to Smart Strike it. It's just not going to work. So instead we went Incin. We went offensive Incin for some weird reason. Honestly, I think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to be expected, especially, like, I'm glad. I don't think people are going to expect Drakloak. I think Drakloak is such a weird one to expect. Just because it's Drakloaky. And look at him. He's such a good boy with his one Dreepy. I love him. I love Drakloaky. I'm so happy that I'm getting to use Drakloak. Again, I said this in one of my previous weeks as well, where I was like, I wanted to make use of a lot of the Pokemon on this team, and this week I'm bringing 2 Pokemon that I haven't brought before. I'm bringing Togetic and I'm bringing Drakloak. So, I'm very happy to do this, which means at this point, I believe, so at this point, so what, we're 5 weeks in? The Pokemon I haven't brought to Team Preview are Fro, Dramper. And that's like it. I think Fro and Dramper at this point are the only 2 that haven't come to Preview. So, I mean, we can check. All Night XP. Yeah, so there's Taunt. Taunt's only come a couple times. But yeah, like Jolteon's come. I think Cress has come every week. This is also the first week we're not bringing Lapras. I think there's a good reason not to bring Lapras. But yeah, well, Jolteon's come. Like, the 6th there. The 7th. 8. 9, 10. So I'm missing 1. What am I missing at this point? I'm missing Fro, I'm missing Dramper, and one other Pokemon that is really escaping me right now. I'm sure I'll think of it. Potentially, maybe. Fro, Dramper. What is the other one? I can't remember. Whatever. I'll stop rambling. And we'll get into the video. Into the match even. We're in the video. You're watching the video. I hope you're enjoying the video. So let's just get into the actual battle. And we are back. So, I don't even remember when the team builder was recorded. I'm very much not actually prepared, as in, like, I don't have notes up. Grafton Granbulls. Glad I made for it. Oh yeah, we were using Togetic this week, weren't we? I made this team a while ago. Let's put it that way. It's still gonna be fun to use. Cool. Alright, Cannor says they're ready. Challenge. So yeah, here we go. Oh god, we're doing this. So, what did they not bring? They didn't bring Pelipper. They didn't bring Lando. Okay. I think I'm just gonna lead this off the bat. And we could go Trick Room in the back. I mean, Escav usually wants to max, but like, I think I'm down for Trick Room in the back. Ooh, White Herb. Okay. Did I carry Fake Out on this? I did. We can't Fake Out a Droopy anyway. Let's just go for it. It's not technically the right play, but I'm gonna go for it. Nope. Hi. I am Sash. This Katana could be sashed, honestly.
They're just kind of using Luxray as a pivot, but Escav can probably deal with it in the back.
I'm gonna click Surf again, I think, because I want to break the Sash on Katana. Okay, it was Life Orb. Ooh. I'm surprised that actually took me down. Oh, well, Dreepy's not doing a lot here. And they still have Max. So I'm gonna go to Escav. And I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp and I'm gonna Protect. Cool. That's Katana burned. The thing is, I don't think Crest can take 2. We do have good allies switch it on our side. Maxing Dom, that's actually really good for us. Because that reduces a lot of the damage. Oh my... Giant Dom. So it wasn't Guerrilla Tactics, it's Zen mode. Now the question is, did they read another up that they switch? Crest can beat this. We just need to take out the Dom. We can't burn it now because it's a fire type. He's gone for Max Flare already. So I can protect, I can ally switch, or I can attack. Do I do the double ally switch? I think the correct play is actually switch Escav out. And Surf? So it's not going to do anything. Okay. So Sun goes, which is actually really nice for me. So now they've got to play around ally switch Crest, which this time I don't have, and Protect. Come on, take it through Protect. Barely. And there's no glide on the table either. I'm gonna knock off the Dom. I'm not Minspeed Crest. It's just the Dom I have to worry about. I haven't seen Protect from Katana, but I can assume it has it. I don't want to double up into it. Cart lives. But Dom is down. So it's a presumably quite... no, it's actually kind of offensive, isn't it? Well, I have to go for Dom. I have to go for Dom here. It does a good chunk. We take out Dom. Kind of 2 defensive pieces left on their own. I don't think I take it out with a Psychic. So I just have to go for the freeze. I hate doing it. No, I think he wouldn't have done it. Psychic wouldn't have done it. So they win game 1. It's the first game I've lost all season. Probably because I was doing maxing. I played that really badly. I just kind of went gung-ho and assumed things would work. But we have different game plans. Okay. So they brought Luxray, which seems to be quite offensive, actually. Like Crest defensive? It's actually quite offensive for a Crest. Okay. It's still bulky, but like still. But it seems quite offensive. I'm AV Lando. I think the Intimidate lead definitely ruined that a bit. I've really only brought physical offense. I didn't expect a Luxray. The Luxray is actually shutting me down a lot harder than I would have liked. So what do we do about that?
What do we do about that? Do we lead Togetic, I wonder?
Do we do Togetic Lando? No, I think it's this again, but I don't pull the trigger so quickly. I think it's same 4, but I just need to play this a little better. Well, this time we see Heracross. The reason why they're doing it is for faster fake out. Do they expect me to max again is the question. If I burn the Rillaboom, it's nowhere near as big of a deal. Ally Switch doesn't work because Ally Switch is +2 priority, right? Yeah, so Ally Switch doesn't work. So, I think... I'm gonna fake out? No, I think I'm gonna max again. I think it's the right play. But I'm not as scared of the Rillaboom. I should go for the Heracross. And we still go with the Surf. And that still goes down through Protect. And now it's Ally Switch Mind Games. I want this Dom gone. I've been ally switching a lot. So I'm just gonna burn the Rilla, I think. They actually go for the max knuckle into Winston. They get the crit as well, but as long, yeah, okay. Hangs on with Sash. This one's an ally switch. On goes the hail. Okay, Dom down, and that's really big for us. In comes Fundy. Fundy is unfortunately faster than your Drakloak. We know where the Sash is now. This game is pretty much won, but it's a question of how do I get there. I mean, we're going to force him to kill me. Oh, it's a slow Fundy. It's slow. It's not as fast. Oh, wait, no, I'm faster. I'm faster by 1 point. That was the point of this. It's faster than it by 1 point. No 2 hits can take out Crest, so we're just going to protect and Trick Room. There is no reason for me not to, unless it has Taunt, and then we're in trouble. Oh, no. No, no, no. Don't make me lose the set like this. Don't make me lose the set like this. Oh. Oh. That was one way I did lose. That's a Spadef drop, so I can Ice Beam it. Let me knock off Fundy. Cool. And we see Weakness Policy. Good to know. Ice Beam, take out Rilla. Cool. Okay, we're doing a different game plan for Game 3. I'm not risking that again. Zen Mode Dom basically requires my respect. Because it's sashed. This time I'm going Crescenson. I'm having Escav in the back, and Lando's coming this time. The point here is we're actually maxing Escav. That's the point here. We're maxing Escav this time. Why are we maxing Escav? Because the plan is to get up Trick Room. I streamed just about 30% to, like, bulky Rilla. But I was able to take it down from 77 with a -1 Spadef. Which means it's not a bulky Rilla, it's fast Rilla, right? Oh, it's just not EV. That was a mid-roll if it's bulky. I still can't tell what kind of Rilla it is. It's max Rilla, but I fake out the Kartana. Drum Solo Cress. We eat the Citrus up. We get our Trick Room up. And that's what's huge here. So we could max Insim, but I don't want to. And because these are both very offensive threats, cool. We take down Kartana. We'll do a bit of chip to this. Oh, that feels bad. I wasn't meant to get a freeze there. That's huge. Because that takes out Cress. But then I bring in Escav. That's the issue. Like, they take out Cress or Incin. Okay, Intimidate comes along. I wasn't meant to get a freeze there. Like, I just wasn't. I mean, I'm gonna double the Rilla. We'll 4 it out. Ow! Dude, that hurts so much. I goes for the max knuckle. They were trying to go into Incin. They've got the glides back on the table, but I've got Escav. And I've got 2 turns of Trick Room. And a max ready to go. So I'm going to Ice Beam the Rilla. And we're going to max Bug the Luxray. Down goes Luxray. Down goes Rilla. In comes Dom. I wasn't meant to get a freeze there, and I feel a little bad about it. In fact, I feel very bad about it. Right. Well, that was a game. GG's to Cannor. Again, I'm really sorry about the freeze. That was never my intention to get a freeze. It was my intention to get a freeze game 1. And if I won off that, then I still would have felt bad. But I at least played to my out. That one, I wasn't meant to win off a freeze. So, like, Luxray would have come in. I'm trying to think on how that would have played out. Luxray would have come in. I would have... I don't know if I would have maxed there, then. That would have probably changed my play a bit. I might not have maxed, because I wouldn't have got as much damage off. It would have been like, it would have been Incin Escav, right? In which I would have just max hit the Rilla. Rilla should have gone down because, like, Escav's even at -1's a beast. Yeah. So. Oh dear. So yeah. GG's to Cannor. They gave me way more of a scare than I think they should have. But I also think they gave no, not more than they should have, more than I was expecting. I didn't respect their offense as much as I should have. I didn't expect Luxray to do that much damage. That's the main thing. So, like, that was the main thing. Like, the offense on Luxray really caught me off guard. So, but yeah, I'm really sorry about the freeze. Again, never my intention. So, from what I can tell, the game would have played out as you would have sent in Luxray, I would have sent in Escav. They'd both be at -1. I'd max Escav, go for... Unless you were going into... I assume you were going into Cress with G-Max Drum Solo. If not, you were going to Incin. In which either way, I max Escav, whatever you take out, and I KO the Rilla. Should KO the Rilla. If not, I double the Rilla. And more damage gets off with Luxray, but I still have Lando in the back. So, I'm not sure. It would have been a lot closer, but I'm really sorry about the freeze. But otherwise, GG's. Again, they gave me way more of a scare than I was expecting. That was the first game 3 we've had. Every other game we've played so far in RDL has been a 2-0. So, I'd say at least feel proud of that one, Cannor, don't worry. But GG's, let's not drag this down any longer because these videos are starting to get very, very long. So I will see you guys in the next video, so take it easy, everyone.